2. Oh, it's just gonna be my like. Just send people to my. Well, I'll send it to you. All right, I got you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are live here. I think. And yeah, happy Valentine's Day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's show you what could have gone wrong.
Whatever you do, you're still married. How many years?
40 years.
40 years. So I think people ought to be asking you how to do it.
Well, I tell you, if I'd have did it that way, I
in the middle of the Rocket Stadium.
This isn't even the worst loss Houston has ever taken.
How to say no? Okay. That would be.
Hey, dog, she better say
she
yes.
has to say yes there. She may say no as soon as they walk off the court.
I think she's saying I can't do it right now.
Oh.
I do like you a lot, but let's just look at this. Wow.
Like, well, you know, they had us in the first half. I won't lie.
The announcer spoke that into existence. Like, wow, she's actually saying no. Well, here we go. But as we start up the third quarter, the Rockets are down by 15. Tracy McGrady, like, damn. That's...
I didn't want to play basketball no more.
Even Tracy McGrady. Oh, we do not own any of the rights to any of this, by the way.
Even the mascot's feeling bad. Like, normally I take you in the balls because that's what I do when people lose, but I ain't even.
Yeah, she did that well enough for you already. I don't need to do that to you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
By the way, this was Kevin's idea. I'm in a happy, committed relationship. Kevin wanted to see the Valentine's Day proposal fails.
Because that's all I have left in my life. I have no heart or soul. All I have is the joy and the failure of others. That's all I got.
Well, there you go. Because you're getting both barrels of it on this one.
So here we
are. And
guys.
she is out of here. Fellas, note to self, if you're going to propose to your girlfriend, not in the mall, not with a mariachi band. That is not the way to get it done. Okay.
You're going to still have to pay the mariachi band. I mean, you know,
yeah.
You're going to be like, yo, you know, that's 2,500 pesos.
Yeah. And when it's up, which is really like the 250. But and when it's all said and done, you're still just sitting there at the food court, you know, so you might as well just have a churro in your tuxedo.
Yeah, and everybody's recorded that shit, so you're just there in front of Cinnabon and just, you know, that's it. I don't know, man. I have more to say, but let's start the show officially. Let's do this.
I was about to say, this is the Showtime and Kev podcast. I am Corey Showtime. That is Kevin Monroe. And we cannot start the show until Kevin does his island intro to scare away all the bad forces. So if you would, sage the room, please.
It's the Lover Man. In the name of the one called Emperor Selassie, I conquering tribe of Judah, King of Kings and Santa Cruz Reggae Music Festival with the Rasta to go on up in his peace, Lord of Mercy. Brakashak, Cupid, draw back your bow.
Happy Valentine's Day, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're enjoying your overpriced candy and flowers, and I hope that the sex that you have tonight or last night is worth it.
I don't know how you make it special given the circumstances. I mean, you can't really go nowhere, so
yeah.
What do you do? Order in with extra roses? I don't know.
I mean, this is kind of one of those things where you have to test how romantic you would be anyway, you know, like you do the rose petals thing, you do chocolates here and there. You can get creative, but either way, like now you have no excuse. Like you can't just go out to eat or do some, you know, like go to like that fancy restaurant. Now you got to be romantic, you know. So that's another reason why people are like, shit, damn this pandemic. Now I'm stuck in here with this woman that I got to get creative with.
Yeah, you got to figure something out. Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I feel bad for? I feel bad for that lady that comes with the roses, you know, like while they're out eating and pressures you into buying like roses for their sweetheart.
I feel like that's all part of the same conglomerate. Like, I don't know if it's all part of the same farm because I feel like you don't see that woman anymore, but they've ramped up the rose. Like, there's way more like freelance on the corner, on the like at the overpass. You know, people selling roses. Like the bouquets is happening a lot more. You know, you go down Highland and they're the entire like center divider. You know, it's just people selling roses.
Right. And you stopped at a traffic stop, and your lady's looking at you like, "Well, why won't you buy me roses?"
So
And I'm
I,
always,
I don't. Those ones are fresh enough, baby.
but for a minute though, you always feel like it's a little bit of a hostage situation, like
Hmm.
lightweight. It's lightweight hostage,
Yeah.
lightweight, because
And
they're not forcing you, but you do feel a little like,
it is a bit of a it is coercion. It is lightweight pressure. And the funny thing is I get candy, I get cards, but like flowers, and I understand the sentiment behind it. I've bought them. I get my job as the guy, but like that is the most wasteful part of Valentine's Day. Like that shit is it's literally just gonna rot, you know?
right. It just sits there and it just dies, and and bees and other like insects start floating around it, and you have to get rid of it.
Yeah.
But so why do we still feel this like, well, I need to do something, otherwise, I mean, like what? Like, okay, there has to be a penalty, right? Do you think to yourself, if I don't do it, there's a penalty,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. Especially if you're married or in a long term relationship, it's like it's funny because in my office, like the ladies in my office are joking. Oh, you better get her flowers and candy. Like there's always that like little bit of we're gonna get you if you don't get something for us. But
Right.
really, it is like it's. Let's be real. Valentine's Day is like any other Hallmark holiday. Like it's just this is the day to sell cards and candy and make them money. But out of the rest of them, at least it comes with the caveat of love, which in and of itself isn't bad. Can't be bad. It's the opposite of bad.
Right. I mean, love isn't bad, but at the same time, we have all these songs about love doesn't cost a thing. And if you try to play that on Valentine's Day, I don't. J Lo can't save you.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. Like that is it's honestly, if you really want to break it down, it's prostitution that we've all been totally okay with for as long as we can remember.
Yeah, I guess I just but that lightweight coercion, we're joking, but we're kind of not like
Yeah.
and the video we showed when we started the podcast. I picked that because I always find those sort of things really funny where guys try to do like a surprise proposal, but
Hmm.
instead of being smart about it and doing it like at a mountaintop or in a forest, like one on one, they do it in front of the entire like Houston Rockets fan base or like at a mall.
Yeah.
I mean, the degree of difficulty is setting yourself up for, man. I mean,
I think I
that's
I think it's a double edged sword. I think they feel like if they do it in this public a place, there's no way she's gonna say no. But if she does, you've just ramped up the embarrassment thousandfold.
yeah. I mean, you basically put yourself on World Star. Like,
Yeah, you're on the like. Why would you propose at the Cowboys game? Like that is the biggest like that's the
right,
biggest screen in the world.
right. I'm about to embarrass myself on the fucking jumbotron. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I'm getting bigger than that. You know, and of course, nobody ever says bad things about the woman that declines,
Right?
because you notice that
Yeah,
no
I
one
never
ever
thought
says,
about it
"Oh,
like that.
they never say, oh, well, that's terrible. He obviously loves her and he went through all this." They're like, oh, well, she must have had a reason and he's the jerk because he tried to force his hand,
Hmm.
right? The stories can't all be that.
Yeah. You're just another, even though you love her, you're just a member of the patriarchy trying to subjugate a woman into being your slave and making you sandwiches for the rest of your life. And that's why she took it upon the power herself to say no.
Meanwhile, you shell out money to this mariachi band that's like so sad that they walk away.
They're just playing a sad song. They're just playing the Price is Right. Just bum, bum, ba-da, wah.
Pobrecito.
Remember me, even though we say goodbye. Remember me.
Right. It's sad. And look, I mean, I totally get it. It can be a totally like jerk thing to do. And I know dudes that have done this where they've like done these splashy proposals, hoping to kind of like clean up all the dirt they've done before.
Hmm.
You know, like hoping, okay, this spectacular moment will, justify all the trouble you've been through. Like, look,
Hmm.
girl, I know we've had our ups and downs. Pose. But but I want you to marry me, and that's supposed to like clean up the mess.
Nah, never does.
Eh, mm, yeah, I mean, so fellas, I mean, I'm just saying, just don't put yourself out there. You don't want to get rejected on the jumbotron, okay?
And it just goes to show, like, nothing is like, no matter how much you spend on it or what you think is going to be thoughtful, like, being thoughtful really means what she's thinking. So, good luck.
Yeah, yeah. Which I think you should be in tune with if you're really in tune with your lady anyway. You
Mhm.
should know like what she would like, what she doesn't like. Like some women are very private. They don't want their business on the street like that. And some women, yeah, of course they want to have it done in front of the jumbotrons. They can show your friends, see, girl, look, he gave me this ring. The mascot was cheering.
I wonder what kind of woman wants to be proposed. Like, what woman, like, you know how women all dream of their wedding day? What woman is, like, expect, like, every day from when she was a child till now, just imagines being at the Houston Rockets game on a random on a random Tuesday in March, 3 games out of the playoffs.
That sounds
And
more
my
like a
boyfriend picks this moment during halftime.
that really does seem like a dude's. That seems more like a dude's desire than the female, right? Like,
Yeah, this
but
definitely not. No woman ever has asked to be proposed to at a sporting event. Fucking now, if you're in, now if you're in the game, if you're playing in the game, you scored a game-winning touchdown, then you drop down on one knee. That is gangster as shit. And she says no, she's a bitch. That's terrible. That man went through
right,
way above and beyond for that. But like, if you're
yeah.
just going to the game, no woman ever in the history of femininity has asked for that.
You know what I want? I want a proposal to be in front of T Mac while he's holding it in. T Mac doesn't want to be there. Even T Mac's like, yo, I'm just trying to finish the season. I want to get
Yeah.
traded.
Any woman that likes going to NBA games wants to marry an NBA player, not you. All right, like there's no point to you proposing at the Rockets game. That's just some free game from someone who's getting older in life and realizing this is probably a terrible idea. As I'm talking it out, just like, yeah, don't propose to your girl at a sporting event. Don't propose to her at the mall either. That's just a dumb move.
Right. Yeah, the mall video we had to cut through because we for lack of time. But in the middle of the mall proposal, the little mall train, it's like mini trains that they have inside the mall, roll past the dude and rolled over his extension cord, and I mean, it just like you had to just laugh. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
come
like,
on.
but either way, like if you I guess we should open this up for questions. Like, what is the worst romantic fail you've had? Like, I'm not specifically you, Kev, but like just to open it up to anybody who happen to be watching. If you have a romantic fail, please throw it in the comments.
Um, yeah, romantic fails. I would definitely say I lost a girl back in my freshman year of college because she picked a new dude, and she picked him because one, he was in a frat, and two, because he had a car.
Hmm.
I didn't have a car.
Yeah,
That
that's
was it.
important. That's important.
She's like you don't have a car. Jamal has a car. I'm like, oh, damn. Like, is that simple? Like, yes, it is.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but Valentine's Day is great it's a tough time, and to do what you can to make your significant other feel better, and to all you side pieces, wait till tomorrow. That's your day.
Yeah, if you're really an important side piece, it gets to you on the 13th. If you're a regular side piece, 15th, 16th, and 18th if you're lucky.
And,
All right.
and don't. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we have an agenda for the day.
um, okay, yeah. So I mean, the thing that was just boiling up, that's like, fresh hot news that, and this is what's been happening for this podcast a lot of times. Like, I like to sit and write about things, but things happen so fast. So just yesterday, we said we won't talk about him, but he's back.
Of course.
Tangerine Idi Amin got acquitted.
I mean, like, do you expect anything else from a dictator? You know, I mean, like this. I mean, that's what he was trying to be. He's trying to be an autocrat, and at this point, like, I'm just so I don't have the energy to be upset. You know, I spent 3 years like like every week. Like I just don't have the energy to be upset at this point anymore. I just feel
Right.
like if you can't see how corrupt we are now, like America isn't even a first world country anymore. We're like a second and a half world country. Like we're doing some shit that we would laugh at Nicaragua for. This is pretty much it.
Yeah, yeah. If you don't get it by now, there's no point. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I stopped. You know, I don't argue with Trump supporters or people like that at this point. Like, if you're still in the tank, that's what it is. I was looking at the some of the trial, and I swear to God, man, people were putting their feet up, people were on their phones reading the paper.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looked like a kangaroo court from like Jim Crow, Mississippi. You know,
Yeah.
where after they find a black man dead, like they're never gonna convict the white guy. So
Yeah.
it's all just routine. Like that.
This is
Listen.
Mississippi Burning 2021, basically.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the jury, they're just like, how soon can we finish this so we can go home and barbecue? Like, we don't.
It was the same thing. We already saw this movie a year and a half ago. You know, we tried impeaching him before, and they did the exact same shit. They just don't have the balls or the intestinal like I don't even know what the word is, like because it isn't even morality. You know, like there's certain level of just even self preservation that you would be like, we can't keep this motherfucker around. But the fact that
because he literally tried to kill you at your job.
Exactly. Like the motherfuckers sent the mob to your fucking job. They smeared shit on the walls. All of them had guns. They overran the police, and y'all don't see nothing wrong with this. If the other side that you rail against every day did anything close to that, you would have sent in the National Guard, which you should have anyway. But
Right, right. Yeah, well, I mean, the timeline shows that Trump had time in between when the riots started to call in National Guard, right? And there's a storyline of the guy represented from Maryland who tried to call his own people, like, "Hey, man, can you send some people?" And they're like, "We can't send people unless the feds say okay," and he couldn't get the feds on the phone.
let's not
Like,
discuss evidence, Kevin, because this has been proven that evidence isn't going to solve anything. Like we
right,
knew that we knew that a year and a half ago. Like we've had
right, right.
tons of evidence for all this shit, and
Okay,
nothing's
so
gonna happen.
the final stroke. I'll just put this in here. The final stroke is Mitch McConnell himself said that we're gonna let him off on a technicality, which is he
Ugh.
started the trial after he was out of office, so we can't get rid of him.
They did that on
And
purpose.
yes, and it's like, well, who started the trial after Trump was out of office?
They made
Oh, it
sure
was
he was out of
you.
office.
It
Yeah,
was you, Mitch. We asked you to start the trial early, and you refused. So
sure.
now it's like we can't arrest this guy based on something that we did to prevent him from being arrested. Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. Like that, how much more evidence do you need? They did some openly corrupt shit where they was like, I'm gonna push this thing off until next week, until after he's out, until after the inauguration, and then when they impeach him again, it's like, well, how can we impeach him? He's not even in office. Like,
Yeah.
it's so like Trump got banned permanently from Twitter because because of this insurrection. I'm banned permanently from Twitter for calling Mitch McConnell a turtle face hoe. And I'm thinking
Um.
about putting that shit on a t-shirt because that turtle face hoe keeps doing turtle face hoe shit.
Um. Yeah. I was on the fence for like 30 seconds, but yes, Mitch McConnell is a turtle face hoe, and he should be called that from
Yeah.
here on. You
He's a
know.
hoe
Um.
because if you have enough money, he will do whatever you want for him. And he's turtle face because fucking look at him.
I'm never voting for a turtle ever again.
Yeah.
Fuck all turtles.
No, actually, like when I got banned from Twitter, I appealed. I was like, I would like to apologize to any turtles or prostitutes I may have offended because I got no problem with turtles and hoes are great, but Mitch McConnell is the worst of both.
He doesn't even care. Like he really does not care that what he says contradicts what he says earlier. He doesn't care that he is the judge and the juror. He doesn't care.
He
And
doesn't.
and again, 57 to 43. Yet they still can't win because of this two-thirds stuff. And here's the thing that drives me crazy. Every one of these two-thirds majority rules, all of these filibuster things come from Jim Crow and slavery. That's why it's
100%.
like that.
Gerrymandering, gentrification, all that shit.
Yeah, I mean it's all from slavery, and so basically America is still run by the slave states. Like
Very
they
much
still
so.
have the edge. Yeah, they don't win the popular vote. Nobody likes the stuff that they vote for. They lost the Senate, the Congress, and the White House. They lost the numerical vote to convict Trump, and they're still winning. Why? Because slavery.
And
We need to get rid of these laws.
I'm willing to bet there's a higher concentration of like private and I guess it's public prison, but just there's probably more concentration of prisons in the South because they still like prisons are profitable because of prison labor. And what's another name for that?
Slavery, 13th Amendment. Yep. That except in the 13th Amendment is a huge mistake. People cannot be enslaved, cannot be forced to do labor unless they have violated the law. Oh well, that's you. If you can arrest a black man for furtive eye movements, seriously, or furtive movements or reckless eyeballing.
Yeah,
Those are reasons you can reckless eyeballing. You get
that's what a
arrested for
pimp
that.
says. Real quick, we got a comment from Twitch. Says, "Hey, how's it going, guys? Greetings from the UK. Want to know what you think the opposite of paper opposite of paper is? What is the opposite of paper? Interesting. Digital?
The opposite of paper.
Yeah.
In what context?
I don't know. I don't know.
Let-
Yeah.
let's look at
If you can give us some context, we'd answer your question. But
right.
I'm going with digital.
Yeah, yeah. Digital stuff, PDFs. I mean, they're all going to disappear.
Mm.
But I mean, we need to do something about this. I mean, we can't keep living in a society where the Confederate States run everything. I mean, I live in California and I have the same amount of senators as somebody in South Dakota, which makes no damn sense.
None whatsoever, because
Mm.
we literally have more people in your neighborhood than they do in half of that state. Like,
Yep.
without that's not this probably a gross underestimation. There's more than 5 million people in LA. I don't think there's 3 million. I don't think there's 1 million people in South Dakota.
No, the South Dakota population is smaller than that.
Yeah.
But yet here, I mean, yet we're supposed to, when Puffy says vote or die or go out and vote, I'm like, yeah, I can go and vote for local stuff, but national stuff, I can't fix that. I mean,
This is
if,
this is
it,
why
it,
so
it's
many people feel like their vote doesn't count, because it kind of doesn't. It's like, yeah, your vote counts, but it counts like at even your one vote is like a fraction of that when you break it all down.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's insane, and because of the way that racism has been set up, I mean, there's no black people want to live in North Dakota. You know what I'm saying? Hell with that. So like most black people don't live in those states where
Most
like they
people
have the
don't live in
power.
those states.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, who lives in Oklahoma really? I mean, besides the Oklahoma football team and that one brother that played like a Republican, that's about
No,
it.
no, damn Oklahoma. They're technically compared to some of the states I'm about to name. Oklahoma is cracking. Well, like who's living in Wyoming? Who's living in North Dakota? Who's living in Utah? Like there's not like Utah is a big city, but that's about it. Like I've driven through Utah. There's nothing fucking there. Who wants to live in Idaho? Like there's nothing there. You feel me?
Right, right. But they get the same number of senators.
Yep.
And so like people who aren't old white people live in the places that are highly populated and they just get disenfranchised by the system. So,
Mhm.
like every time you see some fucked up vote, you just look at who voted for what and you're like, "Oh yeah, the old states of the Confederacy again."
Yeah.
you know?
Sad but
Like,
true.
man,
Like I really wish we could have let them secede from the union or whatever, because then like we might have some progress. Like I mean, it'd be. I'm gonna miss my friends in Atlanta.
no, I don't care. Atlanta would still be hot Atlanta, even even in
Like
the
I'm gonna need
Confederacy.
a passport to go back to New Orleans, but other than that, I think I'll be okay.
Right. You better be careful. You better bring your passport and your free papers.
Yeah. Oh God, damn! Not again.
I
Like
mean,
we've enslaved everyone to make them play on the football team.
you ever do that? Like, watch too many slave movies in a row, and you just like, there's a mistake. I watched Harriet and 12 Years a Slave back to back. That was a mistake. Don't do
You
that.
know what, Kevin? I actually like. I had to stop doing that. Like, I think the last slave movie I watched was Django, and that doesn't even count. Actually, it was Birth of a Nation, because I can't do it anymore. Like I can't watch the same old ooh, it's Massa we sick. Like I can't keep doing the same song and dance. Like America, let me put it to you like this. Like they keep making movies about Lincoln. They'll make movies about George Washington. They'll make movies about FDR. They'll make movies about all the great war heroes. They'll make movies about all this stuff they want us to be indoctrinated about, but I can't get a single film about Frederick Douglass. I can't get a single film about Marcus Garvey. I can't. We barely got a film about Fred Hampton. You know, like they only want us to see the history they want us to know, and that history is always of us being lucky to be here versus some people that took what they were given and made the best of it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a real problem. So it's the stories tend to be told from the white perspective of
Yeah,
here are these poor low people, and here's a white man with a heart of gold that somehow stands up and gives a speech, like, you know and rescues them.
yeah,
Whereas 12 Years a Slave kind of steps away from that. The Nat Turner story was a little bit stepping away from
yeah,
that, where they covered a slave rebellion. Ooh, and that was super taboo,
yeah,
because
yeah.
they never wanted to portray black people being able to be, to have their own agency.
I'll take it a step deeper. Like, look how much other history they'll show. They'll show Braveheart. They'll show all the different monarchs in English history. They'll show Napoleon Bonaparte. They'll show all these other grandiose pale skin conquerors. You don't hear nothing about Hannibal of Carthage. You don't hear nothing about Shaka Zulu. We got a show, but like it hasn't been revisited or rebooted. You know what I mean? So it's like we very rarely get a chance to see ourselves as, in control of our own destiny.
Right, having some agency. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And there's so many stories about places like Haiti or like the Jamaican rebellions, or any of those people, and you can't, people won't touch them because they'll say, "Well, nobody wants to see that." What do you mean, nobody?
Exactly. Like nobody that you know wants to see that, but that's the whole point, you know?
I love Shaka Zulu as a kid. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Strategy, speed, and physical contact. Shaka be stabbed, and all the girls, would be topless, and I was like, "Well, I'm watching because it's historical, mom. It's historical." I'm learning African history. I'm teaching African history now. For real. No shame in my game. None.
Done.
Boom, 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 boom. Aye, Ushaka. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's a real problem, and I think the agency problem is being changed. Like Harriet, they tried to fix it,
Hmm.
but they messed it up by making Harriet's skill that she would get epileptic seizures, and she would talk to God, and that would give her direction
Hmm.
of where to go, instead of just saying, "Here's this really smart black woman that figured out how to get slaves from the South to Canada." They could have just left it at that. You
Uh-huh.
know, it almost sounds as ridiculous as saying, "Well, the pyramids were built by aliens." It's like, why not just say, "Hey, the Africans built it"?
That's another thing. Like they won't even give us credit for Egypt. It's like they keep putting like Joel Edgerton and fucking and Leonidas as like Egyptian kings. It was like, really? These two British and Scottish dudes are Egyptian. Like you didn't even try, you know?
Yep. It's a Yeah, I mean, yeah, I see your reticence to look into any new slave movies. Uh, However, I mean, if say you were cast in a slave movie, that
I'm
face
I'm
is
I'm not even auditioning for that shit, bro. Be honest with you. Like I have some agency at that stage of it. If they're like, hey, you got like, we want you to come and read and want you to come in and read for the slave part. Yeah, I'm gonna decline. I'm gonna just no.
Mm. That's good to know. That's I mean, honestly, if I was offered a slave movie, I would look at the context and I'd look at the story, and I'd see, like, seriously. I mean, I don't want to play, yes, boss, that kind of stuff. But if I mean, like the Nat
There's
Turner
another
movie.
type.
Well, look at
He
the
still
Nat
had the
Turner
yes
movie.
boss and no sir until he got to the part where he can cut their fucking head off. So, and
Yeah,
also I know I'm safe from being in a slave movie because of my size. Like I was the most well fed slave on the plantation. There's no fucking way they would believe my fat ass is out there. Like, oh, he snitched on a whole uprising. That's why he in the big house.
Right. like even the other people were looking at you like, wait a minute, is he eating cheddar biscuits? Like, how the fuck did oh no, just falls him up. Okay, you snitching, dog.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I mean, it's just I feel you on that. Like, not. I mean, but the problem is if you want the story to be told the right way, at some people of at some point, people of African descent are going to have to write those narratives and performing them.
Yeah.
Right. So if you think of like the freedom of Haiti over the French, or the Jamaican rebellions, or even the slave riots in my country, Trinidad, at some point someone has to play them and play it with some sort of dignity.
Yeah.
So yeah, I figure it's kind of like the I mean, we have more stories to tell, but if we're going to tell those stories, somebody has to do the dirty work and keep people honest, right? I mean, I don't want to see another slave movie about, say, like Haiti, but it stars Brad Pitt.
Yeah, that's what they keep doing. Like I saw one on Netflix. It was some slave movie. It was like about like a slave revolt, but it was like Matthew McConaughey was like the white savior. And I'm like, I like Matthew McConaughey, but come on, man, why? Like, ugh.
Right. The idea of like putting this person as at the forefront and him being like the what do you call it? That being that center of optimism and hope and morals. As if the black people fighting for their very freedom didn't have all those things already instilled in them. You
Yeah.
know. So, but anyway, I mean, bottom line, don't watch too many slave movies back to back. Watching 12 Years a Slave pissed me off again.
Yeah, I still haven't watched, and didn't watch that one because that one wasn't based on a real, like based on a true story. Like that one was just like something someone wrote.
No.
So,
It was based on
oh,
a
it
real story.
was.
Yeah, Solomon Northup was a real person, a free man from New York who was captured and sold to Louisiana. There's portions of the story that are kind of amalgamations,
Huh.
but it's real. I mean, it actually did happen.
Well, I had heard
Um,
that it wasn't based on a true story, so that was something else. It was like I can go my whole life without watching another slave movie. You know?
mm, uh, well, okay. I mean, I would recommend it because it is based on a novel and it's based on a real person.
No, I'm
But
sure it's
you know,
good. I'm not hating on the quality of the film. It's
mm,
just the subject of the film is why I'm just like I'm good.
yeah, you might want to punt that through Black History Month, maybe like March or April.
Yeah,
You're in a better
exactly.
mood.
Not gonna do it. Not doing it in February, man.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I'm oh god. Speaking of which, as a side note, uh here's a note to anybody who's white. During Black History Month, don't try. Just don't. Like
Or just listen. Just keep like you got one mouth and two ears, so you can be listen twice as much as you talk. Just shut up for a month. Like if I hear one more white person talking about why don't we have a White History Month? You have a White History everything, not White History Year. You have everything on Earth is white facing. You're good. Chill.
right. Yeah, just don't just whatever you thought would be a good idea to talk about, like just don't do it.
Yeah.
I had one on Twitter today, and I was trying to explain the problem of white supremacy, white sticks, and she was like, "Well, I thought Obama would have changed everything," and I'm like, "Are you seriously gonna throw up Obama like it's a smokescreen and dip?" Like,
like like white people really feel like one black president for 8 years, half black president for 8 years makes everything okay. Like this is like, hey, you guys got a shot, so we're even, right? Not like, no, this isn't even close to
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, don't even try. Like, just know you're gonna be wrong. Just don't say nothing until March is right around the corner. It's 2 weeks.
Yeah,
But the way she threw up Obama, like it was like a like when octopus like spits out that like black liquid to like
yeah.
escape.
Obama.
Obama. Whoop.
Yeah, it was a smoke screen. It's like how Batman tries to get away. It's like, where'd he go? Dude, speaking of Black History Month, did you hear the story about? I think it was in Utah where there was a school that tried to have kids opt out of Black History Month, and then once they started getting negative PR, they walked it back, or they were like, "We're not gonna let. They're gonna make them go through Black History Month," and now it's like, "No, you already chose your side. I want to know who opted out. Let me see those. Let me see those permission slips. Let me see those. Let me see those waivers."
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, the I don't want to see people in there who are just kind of gritting their teeth, just kind of going through the motions. And Martin Luther King, okay, slavery, okay. Like no,
Yeah,
if you're not down, say you're not down, so we know not to mess with you anymore. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like I'd rather know that you're on that side than have you around me pretending that you kind of down. If you're not down, you're not down.
Y'all
Like
shoved
yeah.
Theodore Roosevelt and Woodrow Wilson down my throat for 3 years in high school, and I just asked y'all for 28 days to listen to George Washington Carver, but nothing. Just a damn shame.
Right. Yeah, well, I mean, it's Utah. I mean, other than the Jazz and Jordan Clarkson, I don't know who else is black out there.
And Jordan Clarkson is. It's,
Shout out to Jordan Clarkson, Golden State Warriors. He's about to be sixth man of the year. He played for the Warriors and he took his money at Utah. He's gonna be great. But I don't know how he's living outside of the Jazz Stadium. Like I don't know. Um,
mm,
well,
probably is a
but
very
anyway,
light
man.
skinned man.
Um, I think he's half Filipino actually.
Oh,
So
there you go.
yeah, yeah, so something like that. Speaking of sports, as we enter that round that corner, um, I don't know how much disrespect. I mean, I already hate Tom Brady. I mean, for all kinds of reasons, but the level of disrespect to take the Lombardi Trophy and just throw it like on a boat drunk, just throw it to another boat, hoping somebody else who is hella drunk will catch it. That's a level of disrespect. I just can't.
Well, let me put it to you like this. First of all, the person who's thrown it to is Gronk. So if anybody, drunk or sober, I expect to catch anything, it's Rob Gronkowski. And also, it's Tom Brady. He probably threw that one. I can imagine him throwing that Lombardi, it missing and hitting the water, and him just going, "It's okay, I got six more. Here, let's try again."
Right. Like he did. Like he clearly did not give a fuck. Like he was
No.
like, even because it wasn't like a tight spiral of the
Mhm.
Lombardi. It was just like a heave, like.
Dude, I saw the funniest meme of Tom Brady just walking shit faced, and somebody was holding him up because he was so like just hammered. And it was a tweet like Tom Brady was tweeting, and it said, "Nothing to see here, just a little avocado tequila." He was
Uh,
fucked up. Like he was damn near like it. It probably didn't get caught on the camera, but I'm pretty sure Tom Brady pissed himself. I think that might be the one non-perfect thing he's done in his life. I'm pretty sure Tom Brady threw up on himself or something. He was falling down drunk,
um,
as one
I,
should be when they win the Super Bowl. I mean, you celebrate.
I really hope so. And I think if he actually did piss himself or throw up, whoever caught that on camera, don't take the hush money. Put it live, please.
We
Put
need
it
this
live.
man to have flaws. We all need
Yes.
this in our lives.
Yes, I promise you, the number of YouTube views you would get would more than compensate.
We are all sick and tired of Tom Brady being a perfect human, and we want this to stop.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I said, there's more brand than human there. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, like he goes home, peels off his skin, is just an android that just repeats talking points. There's
Yeah.
not really a human being there. Can't stand it. And to make it even worse, just to put the icing on this crap cake, he did it in Tampa Bay, and Florida is gonna have a whole new wave of COVID because of all the parties.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Like he threw a boat party. Like here's how much Tom Brady didn't give a fuck. He showed up drunk as shit in his $2 million yacht that he bought with his PPE money. That his company got from PPE loans, and was tossing the Lombardi Trophy around like it was a child he didn't want anymore.
It's like if you ever want to see someone just say "fuck you" to everybody, I think
Yeah.
that's as "fuck you" as you can get.
I mean,
Like,
how much more fuck you is Tom Brady? I mean, the dude's got 7 Super Bowls. He's got all the money in the world, and his woman makes more money than he does. She's fucking gorgeous. I
mm,
mean, the dude's winning every way you can win.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I just don't understand why he even plays football anymore. You should just just sit at home and be like, what else you want?
Here's
You
another thing.
know.
Tom Brady somehow is aging backwards. He's 43. He looks better than he did when he got drafted. Have you seen what he looked? He was schlubby and chubby compared to well, not chubby. Like he was never quite in shape. That's the funny thing. Like Tom Brady is a world class athlete, but if you look at him with a shirt off, it's like he just looks like a normal dude, right?
Yeah, yeah. He looks like a pickup guy in volleyball. Like
Yeah.
there's no muscle definition. Like he doesn't look strong. He's not that fast. But yeah, now I mean,
He's
I don't know
not
what he's.
fat and he's not fit, but he's like he's got permanent dad bod. He's got resting dad bod.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. I mean, like I hurt my back taking recycling downstairs yesterday. Okay, how the hell is this guy
You
playing
got way
football?
more muscle definition than Tom Brady, and you don't play anything close to the amount of weightlifting and cardio he does.
I don't know how he. I mean, you know what? But I mean, I've always had this theory. Same thing with LeBron James. Uh, if you're the face of your league, if you're actually doing drugs to like whatever HGH or whatever, they'll never stop you.
Yeah,
I mean, because they know like everybody want to watch the Super Bowl. Why? Because they want to see if the goat could win again.
yeah.
All right. Same reason everyone want to watch the Lakers in the finals. They want to see if LeBron could pass, Kareem or pass Wilt or pass whoever. Right.
Hmm.
Nobody's gonna fuck with that money.
Yeah.
So I mean, LeBron could be just like drink drinking horse steroids, and nobody would tell him shit.
Isn't that what taurine is? But
I don't know. I'd like a
it,
blood sample after the game. That's all I want to see.
in Tom Brady's case, like LeBron, you could say, okay, that dude might be on steroids. With Tom Brady, it's like if he's on steroids, where the fuck is he even injecting them? Because looks like a regular dude. He looks like Tom Brady looks like that guy Tom you see at Trader Joe's. He looks like your neighbor.
Yeah, yeah. Like if he had one of those like what those hats with the top cut off like backwards, like one of
Yeah,
those
a
visor
visor.
hats. Yeah, and he was drinking beers next to you, you'd be like, oh yeah, he's probably some guy from Huntington Beach that just likes
Yeah.
to play sand volleyball and and has a skateboard, like that
Yeah.
guy. Like he's
Tom
not,
Brady. Tom Brady looks like that business executive that has a brewery in his garage.
yeah, just a regular ass white guy, like
Yeah.
like you go to Buffalo Wild Wings, there's like 10 Tom Brady's sitting around. Um,
Yeah. He just looks normal as shit. And that's what's like, how are you winning so hard at life? Just crushing everything you do. It sucks for the rest of us. That's why we hate Tom Brady. If you met Tom Brady, you'd probably be very nice and cordial with you, shake your hand, take pictures, and you'd be like, oh, that's a great guy. And you probably hate him more after that because he's so perfect and then he was nice to you.
right, right. My theory is maybe there's something with supermodel sex. I don't
Nah. I definitely I've met too many asshole rappers and athletes for that to be the case. No.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
not, it has nothing to do with that.
okay. I mean, I'll scratch that off the list of possible theories.
In fact,
Like,
I'll go out on a limb to say being a rich asshole is part of the reason you even get supermodel sex.
mhm. Yeah, that's true. But once you do, like, does that change anything for you? I don't know. Like, maybe, what if you know what if Garcelle Bouveau was really the cure for immortality, or you know?
I mean, we'll find out we'll find out how much older Dwayne Wade gets in the next few years.
If Dwayne Wayne stops aging, I'll be like, okay, there we go. That's what happened.
Or if he
Um,
ages really quickly, we'll know who's taking the blood from who.
okay, cool. Enough about Tom Brady. On a final piece here. This it always hurts me to do this, but we always have to. During Black History Month, there's always some black person that makes you wonder, like, do they know it's Black History Month? Um,
Do they
like,
care?
so this month, for some reason, rapper Lil Uzi Vert
Oh,
had a
boy.
$24 million pink diamond installed in his forehead,
Yeah.
displeasing all of the ancestors. um, and the living.
Yeah.
Uh,
I,
uh,
I okay. I'll jump in here because yeah, this is a. It's you ever see something so stupid it gives you brain freeze. You know,
mm,
like you want to say something, you just get stuck there with the Doc Rivers shit.
right.
And it physically hurts your head. You're like, it's in there and I can't get it out. And that's pretty much what, like, I did a video on TikTok about this. I know you hate TikTok for the young people, but it got a lot of views. Anyway, um, that's the dumbest thing I can think of for several reasons. One, that's the risky place to put $24 million. Two, he said that if you take it out the wrong way, he could die. And I was like, this might be the first rapper to ever die from a katana blade because motherfuckers will decapitate you for that.
Oh yeah. 24 mil? Oh, that's easy.
They'll decapitate you
I
for
mean,
less.
I mean, I mean, did this guy not watch like Marvel Universe, like Infinity Wars? Like,
Yeah, that is the joke. Everyone's like, they're just gonna pull a vision and just Thanos that shit right out your forehead, motherfucker.
yeah, put it in the thing. And, I'm complete now. But I mean, I watched it, and like I'm not into respectability politics. I feel like black
Mm,
people should be able to express themselves however they are, whether you
mm.
bougie as hell or you ghetto as hell. Do what you do, right? But some actions do make me fall back to that respectability politics. My people, my people, my people.
No, let me say what you mean to say. They should have never gave you niggas money. Like that's exactly what I was thinking when I saw that. I was like, why? Why are you wasting money? Why are you wasting time, resources? Who's the jeweler so I can punch him in the mouth for even coming up with this plan to install a jewel in your face? God damn, what are you, Raven from the Teen Titans? This don't make no fucking sense.
Right. You're on some anime shit. And really, the bigger question is, how did Lil Uzi Vert earn $24 million? The last time I heard that dude, he was doing a feature on Bad and Bougie. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
that's another excellent point, Kev. I'm not gonna pocket watch on anybody, especially in the music industry. Everybody either has more money than they're letting on, or is trying their best to make you think they have more money than they do. And so he must have been in the latter. But now that you're wearing it on your face, um,
Mm.
good luck going back to your hood.
Oh yeah. I mean, there is no reason to just run up on that dude, punch him, and as soon as he falls on the ground, just snatch. I mean, you're gonna have a hard time selling it because you try to, like, is this a $24 million pink diamond from Lil? No, it's another $24 million pink diamond that I found. Like, it's not Lil Uzi Vert's one. Like, how do
I'm
you?
I'm pretty sure if you're willing to decapitate somebody for a diamond, you've got a place to fence it. Like I'm sure. I wouldn't have, and I wouldn't have any problem. Like I'm pretty sure the dealer wouldn't have any problem. Oh, you brought it back. All right, yeah, it's got a little brains on it, but let's just see. That's 23 million. How about that? Because he's gonna sell it right back out the door. It's like I've already made my money back.
Right. Yeah, Kevin Garnett standing there like, I'm really feeling it, bro. I'm really feeling it. Uh, that's a reference to Uncut Jewels. If you haven't seen that,
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems. Sorry, Uncut
Yeah.
Gems. Kevin Garnett plays himself, and
Mhm.
it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's absolutely hilarious.
It's
But
a
anyway,
great
like,
it's a great film, but Uncut Gems will give you like heartburn. Like that movie just causes so much anxiety just sitting there like oh like God, you know.
like, don't make that bet, bro. Like, come on. Like, you just got some money back. You just ahead of yourself. Just pay
I
off
went to
your
Gamblers
people.
Anonymous after watching that movie. I don't even gamble. Like
Yeah,
I'm the type of I'm the type of dude that goes to Vegas, wastes $30 in a slot machine, be like, man, why did I even fucking come here?
right. I'm the same way. Like I have that Kenny Rogers shit in my head all the time. Know when to fold them, and I just as soon as I make $100 I'm out.
Well,
But yeah, I mean,
that's why we're never gonna make it to pink diamonds in the forehead money, Kevin. Scared
uh,
money don't make money. You gotta be so not afraid of money that you stick it in your forehead. I guess.
I don't think I want to make it quite like that, man. I don't need dudes gunning for my forehead. I mean, he thought it was bad when dudes were putting real diamonds in their grill. Like, dog, they coming for your face now.
Literally your face. Like you don't see cats running around with wrenches and shit. You know.
Like, okay, you got the Glock? Yeah. You got the toolkit? Yeah.
Yeah. We
I
gonna need
mean,
a 45 and some vice grips.
even Paul Wall and them Houston, Texas boys are like, nah, I wouldn't do that.
Can you imagine Lil Uzi getting kidnapped by the mob? It's like, oh, you think that like you rappers always like to be so bold with the purchases you'd like to make. Vinny, bring the Cadillac pliers over here.
Right. It's like, hold on. My boy's at Home Depot right now. One second. What you need? What size? Like, you turn into basically you turn into like a work project. Like, I mean, I don't know why you would like, it's just so stupid. And the thing is, literally nobody thinks this is a good idea.
No, literally, not a soul thinks that was a bright move. Like, I don't even think it's gonna be like a gangster that gets him. I feel like he's gonna wake up one morning to some groupie trying to pry that bitch out with a butter knife.
I got the oyster spoon. This should work. He's just trying to shuck him.
It's gonna
Shuck him
be
like oyster.
a hoe's gonna tie him to the bed like Gulliver's Travels. He gonna be sitting there like ah.
Give me the oyster knife. Come on. Put some butter on it. Just shuck it out.
There's gonna be some prostitute in high heels and a short skirt with fucking welding mask on.
God, it's so bad. You have no support from anybody. Nobody thinks this is a great
Nowhere.
idea. And this is not going to end well. Let's just put it that way.
Even Lil Wayne was probably like, "Yeah, I probably would have rethought that, dog." It just takes a
Right,
long drag of the lean.
right. Yeah, it's Lil Wayne. Yeah. I'm gonna take some lean, and I'm gonna make a poop emoji right here in my forehead, like So when
I
people like
thought
Lil Wayne think it's a bad idea.
I thought that face tattoos were a bad idea. This makes face tattoos seem like so much like Mike Tyson seems like so much smarter in hindsight. Just like because he's actually been able to make that into like that's his logo now. That's his brand. So like
Right.
like he like I think he puts that on the weed that he sells and shit. But this diamond thing,
Yeah, I mean, at the time when Mike Tyson got that face tattoo, we all thought, okay, he's off the deep end. He is cuckoo, like he's done, right?
yeah.
He's crazy. But the rest of the world caught up to it, so now it's not so weird. So if you see a guy with a face tattoo that works at UPS, it's not that big of a deal, you know. But a
No,
dude that
no,
shows
it's still a big deal. It's like like if he's got a face tattoo, he's been to prison. But if he works at UPS, he's been to prison, but he's turned his life around. So just don't fuck with him.
he might be okay. But with the diamond in the head, like you look like you're one of the Sims. Like I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, It's like never employ me again. I mean, like that's the point I was trying to make. Like, yeah, he's got like I don't know where he got his $24 million, but what I do know about the music industry is there's a lot of money that isn't exactly yours right away. Like there's advances, there's taxes. Pay your taxes, people. If you're in the entertainment industry, for the love of God, pay your taxes or learn how to offshore so you don't. But just get to where where they don't come take your taxes because they absolutely will. So what happens when he inevitably falls off and needs that $24 million investment right fucking here?
Hmm. Well, the IRS, they don't give a fuck. They'll come take it off him.
The IRS will bring Thanos, be like, "Thank you, and we will just take this for back taxes, and you still owe 13 million."
It's sunk money. I mean, it's kind of like if you buy Bitcoin and then you freeze the account. Like the money is there, but no one can touch it. It's
Yeah,
frozen money. It's dead. Basically, you just took $24 million and set it on fire. That's pretty much what it is.
yeah. I mean, if you got money like that, I mean, sure, Bill Gates could do that. I don't know why he would, but Jeff Bezos probably does that just because he can. He just seems like you just see he's turning into Lex Luthor right before our very eyes. But but this shit, the 24 million, even if it was 1 million, like, what the fuck are you doing?
That's a great point. I don't care if it was 1/24th of the worth. It's still a bad idea.
Yeah, like I just don't understand the point of I don't understand the point of jewelry in general. I mean, yes, I do. You wear it to stun on motherfuckers. You wear it so women will fuck you. You wear it so that you feel bigger than you are. But why put it in your face?
Right. I mean, I've seen dudes get their chain snatched. Okay, you don't want to get your face snatched. That's a lot. Yeah. I mean, so yeah. I mean, and you're past the age of having to stun on people anyway. Really. I'll
No,
take a
he's
pretty good.
not. He's not. No, he's not.
He's,
He's
he's
still in
still got
that.
his
He's
thing.
under 30, man. Come on.
Okay, okay, I understand.
Every
He's still.
decision you make under 30 is your penis. That is it's every decision you make under the age of 30 is your dick with some association from your brain. Let's just be real.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. It's like, how can I stun on these fools, and how can I get the ladies to come after me? Yeah,
Exactly.
but definitely showing up and stunting. But it's still that hood mentality. Like, okay, if I was still living in my hood, this would impress people. But you're around adults, and they have like 3 bedroom, 2 bath condos. Like that's what impresses them. You
Yeah,
know,
and you could buy several of those with that dime. You could have bought a whole. You could have bought like the 5th through the 10th floor.
Oh man, that's we'll check back in a year or so and see how Lil Uzi Vert is faring with the equivalent of of a small corporation embedded in his forehead. I don't understand how that's supposed to work.
I can't wait to see the next Ocean's 11 movie because I'm pretty sure he's going to be the heist.
We just need to get him vertical somehow.
Brad Pitt and George Clooney are gonna steal Lil Uzi Vert. That's gonna be. I would pay to see that. I would pay to see that movie.
Or even the female version, Ocean's 8, like where they,
Yeah. As
uh,
long as you
where
put John, as long as you put Don Cheadle in it, I'll watch
okay, yeah,
it.
Rihanna and all them, like, yeah, we gonna get them.
Please, no, hold on. Rihanna is gorgeous. I love her to death. Please marry me. But stop putting Rihanna in movies for the love of God. For the same reason I say stop putting Tyrese and Ludacris in movies. Ugh. Just because you went platinum doesn't mean you can act. Ugh.
You know what? I'll give Rihanna another chance. I will.
Wait, everybody will, and she's going to fail. It's the one thing she fails at. She's gorgeous. She can sing, kinda. She's a great dancer. She's a powerful businesswoman. She's created a lingerie empire. She is yes, queen. But you cannot act. Please stop doing this to us. Please.
I'm sorry, man. I beg to differ. I gotta give her one more chance. Say, I mean, okay. How about this? How about we put a movie with with Rihanna and Mariah Carey.
Oh man,
Just
like
the,
I
just
don't want to watch
the
that
level.
music. I don't want to watch that music video, much less the fucking.
Well, so the levels are so low that they
Ugh.
don't, that it doesn't, there's not one person here, one person there. It's like both
Yeah,
levels are pretty low as far as acting goes.
yeah.
Come, I mean,
We got a comment from YouTube. It says, "So is John Cena. He's cringe." I agree, but John Cena is a noticeably better actor than like Vin Diesel. like, at least John Cena has two or three emotions. Vin Diesel is just banal and everything.
yeah. Well, I mean, he's just kind of a grouchy guy.
Yeah,
Um, but okay, we just have to agree to disagree on this, man. I think Rihanna and Mariah Carey should do a movie together. I'd pay to see it. Um,
you
you
are the
know,
only one. You are literally the. I wouldn't pay for a song with those two together.
I just like seeing them, and I think the years may have matured them. They may be better. And okay,
Mm.
maybe 5 minutes into the movie, I might be like, you know what, this is a bad idea. But I do want to give them a shot.
I just
Um,
want an excuse to see Rihanna in a bathing suit. Other than that, please don't make her act. She doesn't even look like she's enjoying it.
Mia bad girl Rihanna, cut. That's perfect.
And I'm just gonna throw this out there. Ludacris is one of my favorite rappers. He's the worst actor I've ever seen in my life.
I
You
think
remember how much shit I used to give Tyrese? I've gone back. Tyrese is light years ahead of Ludacris.
the one time I thought Ludacris was pretty decent was uh what do they call it? Hard on Here for a Pimp.
And
With the
Hustle and Flow, where he played a rapper,
yeah,
where he struggled to play a rapper, Kevin.
that's the best he could do. It was fine. I thought it was fine.
Yeah,
No,
because he was playing a rapper. You know, Shaquille O'Neal has a role like that in Blue Chips, where he plays a college basketball player, and that was a bit of a stretch for him.
right? Well, I give them. I'll let them have that. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's the best. Like I've tried to watch him in Crash or in Ludacris and Crash or Ludacris in any of the Fast and Furious, and yeah, it's just like skip, 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 skip.
He's
You
bad. I mean, like if I said this to his face, I mean, like he might not like me after that, but it doesn't mean I'm wrong. Like he's still one of my favorite rappers of all time. Chicken and Beer. I love you forever for that album, and I hate you
know.
forever for the last 6 Fast and Furious movies that you somehow made worse.
you're you're writing checks that your body can't cash. I forget what the lines are, but they're all pretty. Well, they give him bad lines too.
Yeah,
Not.
that's because he's a bad actor. They can't give him good lines. You know who's the best actor in those Fast and the Furious movies left? Jason Statham.
Mm,
I mean, Jason Statham's a
that's true.
decent actor. I mean, like decent for action star. I'll even go. The Rock is the best actor in that whole fucking thing.
Mm. Oh yeah, playing the agent, tracking him down. Yeah, he looks. He's pretty. He's pretty. He's kind of a contrived character, but he's believable. But other than
Did
that,
you
yeah,
just
I
say a
mean,
contrived character in a Fast and the Furious series?
yeah, I know that's kind of a, yeah, it's
I'm pretty
it's
sure
not.
there's a. I'm pretty sure
It's an
there's a
oxymoron.
character. Time out. I'm sure there's a character in the Fast and the Furious called just the simply Asian girl. Like she doesn't even have a name. Just like it's Ludacris and Asian girl.
Okay, point taken. Point taken. Yeah, it's
Contrived
an ox,
character.
it's an oxymoron. Yeah, but I don't want to beat up on Ludacris too much because you never know how this is gonna work out. So let's wrap it up for today, man. I feel bad because I really do want to see Rihanna in a movie again. I do.
I don't feel bad because they're great at what they do. It's just not acting isn't what they do. Like Ludacris is a great musician. Rihanna's a great musician. They keep putting them in movies. That's like when you take an athlete and you put him in a movie. It's like I'm good at sports. You know what I mean? Like you're making me do
Right, right.
lines. I was good at sports. You know?
Okay. I will say Battleship was ass. Was there was no redemption to be found anywhere in that thing.
Let me put it to you like this: if Rihanna could act, she'd be Zoe Saldana.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But she is what she is. She shows up and she's like, "I'm Rihanna reading lines."
Yeah.
That's about it. That's all you get. So man, so what do you have on the pipeline, man? What do you have coming up?
We just had a wonderful Zoom show last night. I'm a little hungover from all the festivities we had for the Valentine's version of the RCS comedy show. We'll be doing more of those coming up. I think we're going to shoot for one for March 17th for St. Patrick's Day. Go to robinsoncomedyservices.com to check out more information on that. Also, there, I've got a list of the shows that I'll be on. I think I just picked up something in Inglewood on the 27th. I don't know how distant I'll be for that, but I'll definitely be masked up. Hopefully, everybody else will too. Aside from that, nothing much, but hopefully more as we go. What about you, bro?
Inglewood, always up to no good. Um, well, I just did All Space VR and Fail to Render comedy showcase, and those shows are getting better and better. And I'm trying to encourage people, even if you don't have the big Oculus mask or whatever, you can still download the app on your laptop and watch the show. You'll be in 2 dimensions, not three, but it'll still work out. So there's gonna be more of those coming up. I always post them on my Facebook page. So facebook.com/Kevin Dirk. You can see what I'm up to. Yeah, we're gonna try to keep this, until they turn the lights all the way back on. We're gonna, keep on moving. Hope
Yep.
that's all we can do. Just keep moving.
Yes, sir.
So
All right, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in to yet another Showtime and Kev podcast. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get off Al Gore's internet for the meantime. Thank you so much. We'll be back. Same black time, same black station next week. Holla at your boy. Peace.
peace out. Okay, who's saying things? Somebody's saying things in the back.